All right, so Nathan isn't able to join us tonight, so I'm going to do this quick Georgia Tech versus UNC preview. So hopefully I can get this thing on the rails since he charged me with the Hill Brothers account. North Carolina travels down to Atlanta tomorrow night for a 7 o'clock game. To me, these two programs are headed in two opposite directions. North Carolina's won 10 straight, sits atop the ACC at 9-0. Georgia Tech is losers of 3 straight, sitting at the bottom of the ACC. So you know Georgia Tech's going to be up for this game. They beat Duke the first game of the ACC season. So you know they have the ability to get up at home for big-time games. We know UNC Athletics typically struggles in Atlanta no matter what the sport, basketball, football. We all know those horror stories there. And this game falls at a perfect time between a big road win against Florida State. Then a few days later, you have the first matchup of UNC and Duke of the season in the Dean Smith Center. So this is an easy game for the players, maybe not to take seriously, even though they should take it seriously because obviously Georgia Tech has the ability to beat solid teams. But KenPom has the adjusted defense for Georgia Tech at 208th. And, you know, with Georgia Tech only shooting about 32% from behind the three-point line, you just don't think that they'll have the ability to, one, stop North Carolina from scoring, and being able to keep up with North Carolina when they do score. I think the projection is North Carolina walks in as an 11.5-point favorite. To improve the net ranking, North Carolina probably has to win this game by 20 to not drop spots in the also coveted net. Just covering the spread of 11.5 will probably drop you in the net, and nobody likes to hear of their team dropping in the net when it becomes tournament time. But I think North Carolina is going to go in there and handle business. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out winning by 20. Hopefully they do go down there and win by 20. The biggest thing, you want to win the game and you want to come out of that game 100% healthy so you can get ready for the Blue Devils on Saturday. The last thing you want is an injury, and the second to last thing you want is a loss. So you gotta go. They have to go into Georgia Tech and handle business. I look forward to seeing what Elliot Cadeau and R.J. Davis are able to do. Elliot Cadeau has really progressed throughout the season. I think every game he steps on the floor, he becomes a better basketball player for this team. He's learning how he fits in the team. He provides the ball to every player on the team exactly when they need it, exactly where they need it, and sometimes where they need it, they're not even expecting it because North Carolina hasn't had a passer like this since probably, we'll just say, Kendall Marshall. You expect R.J. Davis just to step out on the floor and score 20 every time he walks out there. If he's lacing his shoes up, then he's getting 20 points. I would like to see Armando establish some type of post presence. He's having a few games that, he's not the main focal point. He's not being asked to score 20 points and grab 20 rebounds anymore. We have guards, we have perimeter players now, so he's not having to score 20. I think he's perfectly fine, taking a back seat, only being used when needed. He's not sitting there demanding the ball when RJ's scoring 30. Harrison's grabbing 20 boards, getting 13 points. Cormac's knocking down a couple threes from the outside. Seth Trimble's coming in doing his thing. So, Armando doesn't need to score 20 and have a 20-20 game. Now, also at the same time, he was preseason All-America, and he wants his jersey hung in the rafters at the end of the season. But at the same time, I don't think Armando is the type of person to, just demand the ball, demand these touches. He's a team-first guy, clearly. But you would like to see Armando get a little bit more production than what he is, just in case R.J. Davis has an off night. The ball just isn't going in the basket for him. Because one of those nights is coming. Every shooter just has that bad night where every shot seems like it just goes halfway in and rattles out. So on one of those nights, you're going to want to have Armando and Harrison and Cormac to be able to step up and shoulder some of the burden that RJ is taking right now. But with that being said, I do think Georgia Tech will provide some type of resistance. I think this crowd is going to be up for this game. I do expect, North Carolina to have a pretty good contingent on hand also. But this should be another lively arena for the Tar Heels to play in. But I do think the Tar Heels go down to Georgia Tech and win this game. We'll say 85-61. That's my prediction. What do you guys think? With that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope y'all guys have a great night. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Drop us a like, drop us a comment. Well, we like to communicate with our followers. But with that being said, and as always, go Heels.
You don't want none. I'm good,